Our devotion to what we believe in was created by the work ethic of the generation before ours. And if there's one thing that I believe we do very well, is we remind everybody how it should be done. And there's no shortcuts in construction.
Part of what defines Miami Curtain Wall is understanding the past, understanding how the materials, the solutions, the details came to be the reason for it.
Even just in my 20 years with them, every time they come onto a new job with me, they always tell me about what happened on the last job and what we're going to do different. John, anytime I talk to him, always starts a conversation telling me what, his experience on the last job, and he always has a story or some kind of an anecdote. So they're always evolving in that way and keeping up with technology and with the demands of developers.
Our experience comes from having learned a great deal of this from the forefathers of consultants that came out of Chicago and New York. I had that opportunity to work alongside developers that had done the RCA building in New York, the Twin Towers, the Battery Park buildings. That degree and level of sophistication we brought to Miami.
Miami Curtain Wall is a trendsetter. Obviously, they've been able to not only bring their creativity to the Dade County area, but John and his team are very well respected. 25 years in the industry is very, very hard to say that a vendor has actually been successful and has been able to leave their mark, not only as a professional, but also as an individual.
When we sit back and I look, for example, I just look at our skyline, Miami skyline. I see all the buildings that were not there before. And I am very proud to see the ones that I was able to, in one way or another, touch in the process of construction. Some of them physically, we touched them with our hands, every square inch. But seeing how that landscape has changed helps me understand how we have evolved and changed as well.
Every century, there's a city that's sort of the designated international city in the country. New York and Chicago and Boston in the last century. And Miami is that city now. The evolution of the city within the last 25 to 35 years is remarkable. It's unrecognizable.
On my last year of architectural school, one of the projects that we had to do is draw the city's skyline. And it happened that the other day I found a drawing and I was just comparing it and said okay, that building is new, that building is new. We worked on the building,
It's definitely something that gives you a sense of pride to know that you have been part of redefining the face of a city. That our kids, our grandkids in the future can look back and understand that that was something that didn't exist when we were kids, that we helped build that community and that city.
We hope for our firm to be recognized as those that came before us in the early 30s and 40s in the design of high-rise and significant buildings. The legacy of Miami Curtain Wall is interconnected with the city proper. We were standing on the amenity deck of a building right off the river. And as we were standing outside at about 8 o'clock at night, and we looked out onto the river, I was standing with my wife, and I said to her, look, we're responsible for many of the buildings that I can point to right here. And there was 500 Brickell and 600 Brickell and Espiritu Santo, which is the Brickell Arch building, and just everywhere I could look and span across, I felt that we had a part in the construction of those projects. And so we've watched this city grow up, but we've been a part of it. And so I'm proud of that, that I could look out into the horizon and say, I did that.
John, I want to wish you and Miami Curtain Wall Consultants a very happy 25th anniversary. I wish you and the entire Miami Curtain Wall team nothing but the best.
It's amazing how fast time has gone since I first met John and the team. All I can say is, listen, keep up the good work.
It's been a pleasure from day one, from the moment I met you to the day that we just saw you the other day, and it's been one of the most successful moments of my life. And I want to say thank you to everyone there. And obviously, much success, and I wish you the best for another 25.